I'm joined now by DJ Herz, the Cubs 2019 8th round pick. We're really excited to chat with him. We're going to talk pitch grips, throws a fastball, curveball, changeup. We're going to dig into the grips and the cues that he uses. But first, I really want to talk about this start you had in Fayetteville, your hometown.
Yeah.
You went there absolutely shoved. You had a ton of family there. You got to tell me about that experience.
So yeah, it was a really cool experience. Like knowing that like this was on the schedule, it meant a lot to me, and I just knew, like, I remember my high school baseball coach said he bought like 300 tickets for faculty and staff that was at my high school, and I just remember like going out to the bullpen to start the game. There was already a line of people like down watching me warm up before the game, and I got to see a lot of friends and stuff. And I just remember like when I came off the field to go do my shoulder work and stuff, everybody got up on their feet and clapped for me, and even the Fayetteville Woodpeckers had like a welcome home DJ for me. It was just a really cool experience, and not a lot of guys that could get to experience that. And I'm just blessed I got to do it in front of my hometown.
Absolutely. It's been like the apex of your season to some extent, I imagine. You kind of started off throwing like 2-3 innings, and now that was a 5 1/3 start.
Yeah.
You really kind of progressed through it. Take me through kind of how you are doing physically. You know, I imagine taking on more at-bats and pitchers, seeing hitters again and again is really a little bit more challenging. How have you adjusted?
Body's been feeling great. I remember like through sometime in the middle of the season, the arm got tired, but the Cubs were just eye to eye with me, and I didn't have to say nothing. And I was the first one to get through that like 10-day rest, and ever since then it's been go, go, go. Velocity's increased, stuff's looked better, and I've learned a lot this year. And as my first season in pro ball, it's just learning how to adjust when the good stuff isn't there and finding what ways to work. And I feel like I've done a pretty good job of that.
Absolutely. Let's talk fastball, man. Let's get into some grips now. Okay?
Yeah.
So four-seam fastball, thumb position is the first thing I want to talk about. I know this is something guys kind of change every now and then. Some guys maybe tuck it a little more and leave it out. Is it something you've ever kind of thought about, the position of your thumb?
You know, as a kid, I just grabbed the ball like this, and then someone told me, you got to throw four-seam, and I just grab it. I would say it's like a 6 out of 10 grip. And I just placed the ball wherever it is. And I got the horseshoes on the inside if you're looking this way.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah,
what do you mean by 6 out of 10 is pressure, you're saying?
Yeah, like I'm not like holding it where I can pull it out. It's like, it's just nice and easy.
Gotcha, that's interesting. Have you changed your fastball grip at all?
I've never changed my fastball grip, and it's always been my best pitch because I get a lot of ride off it, so I stay back on it, and it just stays true to the thing.
Absolutely. Cues. What cues do you use, either internally or even externally, to adjust that pitch? Is it just throw as hard as you can?
I just throw it as hard as I can.
Really?
And I just try to locate it the best or just get it around the zone. And most of the time it works for me. So there's not really much cues. Maybe down the road when things get a little bit more difficult, there could be. But right now it's just throw it for a strike.
Do you ever talk about the concept of what is kind of hopping around baseball, vertical approach angle, the approach angle of that pitch kind of coming into the plate?
You know, I've never thought of that, or I still don't. I just throw how I naturally thrown since I was a kid, and just try to throw strikes. Basically, that's what I do. I'm not much of an analyst guy, but I do look into that stuff. But I just throw the pitch how I throw it.
Has there been anything that the numbers have helped you with in that respect on the fastball?
Not much. Just seeing where I'm at and seeing how I compare to other guys' like type of fastballs, and yeah, there's not much to it. It's just go out there and do your thing.
All right, which pitch you want to go to next? Which is you more confident in your change your curve?
So I've been throwing my curve, but this year my changeup's been bread and butter off my fastball, and I would say this is it. I stick it deep down in the wedge, so it has a lot of pressure, and then I got my middle finger on that like kind of two-seam on this side, and then just kind of circle change. Got the index finger resting over the thumb, and I'm thinking this one just pronate, just rip off that seam right there. But the grip, when it pops out, it's already doing the work, so it's just coming out and ripping down on that middle finger.
Yeah, that grip you're using too is, I think people sometimes call that the Vulcan.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, we've talked to Caleb Killian, a draft traded from the Giants, and Max Bain as well. They both use that grip. You told me this is something like Cubs have kind of had you do, I guess, so to speak.
Yeah,
what's the thinking behind that grip helping the pitch achieve the movement profile you want?
I don't know. I haven't. They just told me to throw it in. I threw it in the lab one day, and it was just money. I had command of it. It had good movement. It was like 10 miles off my fastball, so it wasn't too firm, and it just had good depth like off that fastball, so it was pretty good for tunneling. And it's been my go-to pitch off other than my fastball. So
what change of grip did you use before that? Did you even have a changeup grip before that?
I mean, I had one, but I didn't use it. I didn't have a changeup in high school because I didn't really need it. I just was a fastball curveball. But I think in that 10 innings I threw in AZ, I think I just threw it off my fastball. It wasn't too good, and then we switched it, and it's just been money.
That's an awesome grip, man. All right, let's jump to the final pitch, your curveball. The changeups, I think, about 80 to 82, and same with the curveball.
Yeah,
am I wrong on that?
same with the curveball. It's like 80, 84, somewhere between there.
Got
same
it.
with the changeup. Those are both same speeds.
And show me the grip.
Curveball, I try to like get it off this finger. I learned a good amount of this curveball from Chris Clark, with also a lot of the player development like Casey and stuff. But it's just a lot of pressure on these two fingers right here, and then this is just as a guide. It's just lifting up, not any pressure at all, and I'm just thinking rip down. And I'm thinking fastball, 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 boom, and just rip.
And you said that in moving of your index finger to the spike position is something that recently the Cubs have also kind of told you to do, right?
Yeah, it was. It was something they did like a little bit earlier than the changeup, and I've liked it so far. It was something to get used to at first, but it's helped a lot. It's a lot more sharper because it's getting more finger pressure on that fingertip and being able to rip down and stuff.
Is the goal in that curveball just to kind of get it up in velo as you potentially progress on the fastball velocity side of things?
It just, however I throw it, I'm just throwing it as hard as I can, almost like a fastball, because hitters go off of arm speed. So I'm trying to keep the arm speed on the same on exact every pitcher. So, I mean, the velocity, I don't really mind how it comes out, but as long as the arm looks like it's a fastball, and then just dies off at the end.
Got you. And has that grip changed at all? What was your back in high school? You said
Back in high school, it was just this.
So it's the same position, it's just that finger.
Actually, it was like this. I didn't have the horseshoes on the bottom, and now I switched to horseshoes under it, and then I just raised up the finger.
Any reasoning behind the seam orientation change?
I feel, I don't know. I don't know much, but I think this just feels more comfortable, especially with how my hand is and how the grip. So it's easier to pull down instead of it going out. This one's going in, so I get more command and control of it.
Got you. What are the goals with the pitches the rest of the season?
The curveball, I want to get the spin efficiency back to how it was in spring training. It was at like a 90 spin efficiency. It was really nasty, and this year it's like at a 60 right now, and we're trying to play with it and get it back, but it's been a lot better since how it was in the first part of the season. Changeup, our biggest thing with the off speed is just getting more in the zone, more strikes, and that's been our biggest goal, and just throwing more strikes with the fastball and being more aggressive with it. Those have been the main goals with the pitches.
Mm-hmm. So the efficiency, for people don't know, is the amount of the total spin that's converted to actual contribute to the spin of the actual pitch. So is what's the cue behind changing to get that back up to 90?
We're figuring it out. So
we're just
going. It's work in progress. We're going as it goes. So
that's good stuff. I really appreciate you taking the time, man. Best of luck rest of the season,
Thank you.
Absolutely, we're excited to have you in the organization.
Yes, sir. Thank you.